At John Deere, we are concerned about your safety. That's why we are providing you this videotape, which covers some of the important points of safe operation for the Gators 6x4 and 4x2 John Deere utility vehicles. We would like for you to review this tape and share it with others that may be operating your Gator. Safety first with Gators. Properly operated, the Gators can effectively perform many hauling chores. Yet improper operation of these vehicles, like any vehicle, could lead to an accident. The Gator utility vehicle may just be the most productive utility machine you can own. It's almost a truck. It's versatile, and it's reliable. Most of all, it's a workhorse. The Gator is not built for recreation. It is not an ATV. There's a whole working world of difference between the two. And it is different from other types of work vehicles as well. John Deere's Gators design is intended for work in a wide variety of conditions. Look at the design. Solid construction. It looks sturdy, and it is. But how can you get the most out of your Gator? That's easy. You start with the right attitude. Productive and safe operation always begin in your mind. Take time to read the operator's manual, especially the safety section. Study the safety decals, and most of all, be committed to following their warnings. Then get to know your Gator. Operate it slowly in familiar territory to get the feel of it. Practice before you head out to work. It looks like it can go just about anywhere, but that's a perception that needs changing. Remember, the Gator, like any other vehicle, can get into trouble. Handled correctly, it will be an effective answer to your job requirements. The key is control. Control of speed, terrain, surface conditions, and all of the variables that contribute to safe operation. Do not take riders in the cargo box. The Gator 6x4 and 4x2 are designed for two people. Remember the warning. Riders can fall off and can be injured or killed. Never allow the Gator to be operated by any driver younger than 16 years old. Young drivers may not be able to control the Gator, and never allow young children to ride in the Gator. Starting out, you'll notice the variable speed transmission provides smooth power control without jerks, jumps, or stalls. Always drive slowly and use the brakes when going downhill. Differential lock allows you to power all rear wheels for maximum traction through tough spots. But always engage at slow speed or when stopped. Turning is impaired with the differential lock engaged, so disengage it before starting to turn. Remember, to properly disengage the differential lock, you must not only release the lever, but also the vehicle should be moving in a straight line or be stopped. It's important to stop the engine, set the park brake, and remove the key before leaving the machine. To protect yourself from hazards, always keep your feet on the platform inside the vehicle. The Gator 6x4 carries up to 800 pounds of payload in the cargo box on level ground. The Gator 4x2, 500 pounds. However, on uneven ground, always reduce your load and speed, or the machine could tip over. But payload is more than just pounds carried. It's load density and the way the machine is loaded. For example, here's an 800-pound load. And here's an 800-pound load. And always keep the load inside the cargo box and as low as possible. This guard is designed to protect you, so never load above it. As the payload is increased in the 6x4 cargo box, the weight distribution will change, causing all 4 tires to more uniformly carry the added weight. This also reduces the weight on the steering axle, which increases the outside turning circle, reducing the potential for a rollover situation. Simply slow the vehicle to enable a tighter turning circle and a more positive response to steering corrections. Higher loads could make a Gator tip over on side hills. A stable, safe load on flat ground may not be stable on hilly ground. As the slope changes, the load can shift with it. Loads can shift when you least expect it. Don't treat 500 pounds of wood the same way you treat 500 pounds of gravel. It pays to know your terrain, so be careful on all slopes. Whether going uphill or down, use more caution in turns. Drive very slowly. A slope may look safe, but it may not be. And if you drive into a questionable situation, do not turn. Back away. Always remember, speed contributes to accidents. Hitting this rut at low speeds is a lot different than at high speeds. So slow down when on rough terrain. The Gator can also pull a utility cart. This expands your payload, but it also increases your responsibility. Remember, when using a utility cart, the Gator must first be properly loaded for adequate traction and braking. And be extra careful, particularly when operating on slopes. Do not exceed the Gator's towing capacity listed in the operator's manual. The Gator is 6x4 and 4x2, designed to help you work. Once you get familiar with this machine, you'll be ready to take on tough jobs. Take time to get to know your Gator and be committed to safe operation. This video was designed to cover some of the key points of safe operation of your Gator. Your operator's manual can give you further information. Let's recap the major points. Be familiar with and follow all instructions in your operator's manual. Pay special attention to safety decals on the machine. Get to know the machine and be familiar with the controls and its operating characteristics. Keep the machine under control. Don't take the machine places it shouldn't go. Keep the load within the load guard. Never overload, and reduce your speed on rough or hilly ground. When towing, keep the Gator's cargo box loaded for better traction and braking. When stopping the machine, shut off the engine, set the park brake, and remove the key. Remember, don't misuse the Gator. It is a utility hauler, not a recreation vehicle. All of these messages are important, but here are the 3 key points to always remember and follow. First, never allow drivers younger than 16 years old or anyone that is untrained to operate the vehicle. Young drivers may not be able to control the Gator in all situations. This may lead to an accident. Second, never carry unauthorized riders. Only 1 person per seat, and no riders in the box or anywhere else. Heed the warning. Riders can fall off and be injured or killed. And third, reduce your speeds on turns. Sharp turns could cause any vehicle to roll over. Always keep your machine under control. Turning at a high speed could cause a rollover. Please follow all these warnings. Don't take chances, but do develop a good, positive safety attitude. Protecting your investment and making sure your Gator is ready to go when you are not only depends on proper operation, but also on the maintenance and service procedures described in your operator's manual. This video is not intended to take the place of the operator's manual, but rather to enhance it. Not all service items require daily checks. Service intervals are found in the service timetable of the operator's manual. But here are some daily recommended items to check. Fuel levels need to be checked daily or more frequently under extended operation. Check for proper engine oil level. In the Gators 6x4 only, check the coolant recovery tank, making sure that the coolant level is between the add and full mark. Gear grinding when shifting can be an annoyance. However, it can be minimized by using the correct shifting technique. Here are some tips. Do not shift into gear immediately after revving up the engine. Wait until the engine returns completely to idle and the drive clutch disengages before shifting into gear. Use a firm shifting motion instead of trying to ease the lever into gear. This will help align the internal gears while shifting. Always come to a complete stop before shifting into the opposite direction. This videotape has been provided to help ensure your long-term safety and satisfaction with your Gator utility vehicle. You are a valued John Deere customer. We appreciate your business and wish you many years of safe and productive use from your Gator.